Pull me in when you need me. I'm listening. I pulled up the stream and I could hear my voice on it. I don't think I can hear yours though. So hi chat. You can hear me. We're working on it, I promise.
What I want. Aha! I think you can hear me now. Oh. Yes.
Yep, it sounds good. You're all clear.
Awesome. Let me just make certain that that is the right one. Yes, it is. Excellent. Hi everyone, welcome. It's been a while since I've had a stream at all, and I kind of miss you all. So hey, I can already see we have some people here. So Jeremy, hey, I'm glad you could make it. I don't know Jaja, but it's nice of you to be here. I'm looking forward to play some D&D with you all. And we have our awesome moderator Nifernif. You can see her in the chat, and you'll see her. You'll hear her throughout the stream. I've had this cool idea that we could actually do something and play D&D together, but it's not gonna be like a full rules and everything. We're gonna be more of a freeform kind of D&D adjacent thing. And the reason I'm doing this is first of all to communicate with you, but also I'm gonna show you the new adventure that I've worked on for the past month, and hopefully hear some of your thoughts, some of your ideas. Maybe you can help me make it better. We already had the test run for it with all the mechanics and everything going, but this is gonna be fun. So this adventure is called It's Bigger on the Inside, and that adventure is basically an arcane death trap that the characters have accidentally found themselves in, and they need to figure out what's going on and capture the mage that created this trap, and then get out alive. So it's a 6th level one-shot game for D&D 5th edition. And while we're getting some people on board, I will show you. I actually didn't prepare it, but I have everything I need right here. The cover. If I throw this here, haha. Do you see it? I think you can see it. Yeah. This is the cover for the adventure. The art is by someone really cool that's called Dean Spencer, and I'm working with him for quite a while. And I really like that. It's so cool. There's a portal in it. What's not to like? So here's how it's gonna work. Okay, once we have a few more people in, one of you is going to take over the adventuring party. Right, you're gonna jump in here. We're gonna hear your voice, and I'm going to be the GM for you. For one room, you get to explore it. You get if there's a monster in it, you get to fight it. If there's a trap or some other riddle, you get to try and solve it, and you get to lead the attempt. And every room, assuming we'll have enough people, will switch. Someone else will do it. Someone else will take over. But the chat will still have power, right? The chat can add an item that exists in the room that is, that would make sense that exists in the room, an obstacle or an advantage to aid the party. Your goal is to complete the adventure. We're not gonna play with hit points and everything, but I will ask you to get a d20 because we love to roll dice. I actually should have gotten a d20. Hold on, I'm getting a d20. Hold on.
You're mad here while he's away, just saying. I love that he wasn't prepared for his own stream.
I'm back. Okay, I have a d20. I'm prepared. I can do this. How many people do we have here? Okay, that's nice. We have some people here. That's nice. It's been so long since I streamed, and I kind of miss it. I want to do more of it. So I think this is something that might happen again if you like it, and we might have some world building streams if you're into that. I know some people are, but we'll see. And yeah, okay. There is one thing that I wanted to tell you about that is actually very important that not a lot of people are aware of when they go and create adventures. Is art is quite difficult to find, right? You can get a lot of stock images and like this one is from a stock image from Dean Spencer, but with Patreon, one of my goals was to be able to pay artists to create something for our modules, for our supplements. And I've actually ran into something that kind of pissed me off last week. I commissioned a cover for this title. This was not the original cover. And I waited for a couple of days and I spoke with this person and they put art on their profile and it looked really, really good. And I said, okay, let's do it. Let's go for it. And after a few days, I've got a sketch and I've seen this person. They couldn't draw hands, okay? And that's the least of the problems with the sketch. It was not even remotely close to what I've seen in the profile images. So I did the obvious thing that I should have probably done before I started this, and I reverse searched the images, right? I looked where else can I find the images. Hopefully nowhere else or in some ArtStation profile, but unfortunately I found that the images were taken from several artists throughout the internet. So it was a scam. And I talked with them. I was very angry. We canceled the whole deal. And then I looked for someone else, right? And this time I said, okay, I'm going to reverse search the images. This is not going to happen again. And I did. Nothing turned up. Okay. Then I told the patrons, hey, look, we have this awesome artist that painted all these images, and I've put some images on Patreon to show them. And apparently one of the patrons recognized the image as a Magic the Gathering card. But the thing is that the scammer this time, they flipped the image and added some Photoshop effects, so reverse search got nothing. By this point I was very, very angry, so I decided to I collected all the artists' names and I found each and every one of them and I sent them a message and linking to the person who stole their identity, who stole their art and said that it was theirs. And then we were able to go to Fiverr and get both of those accounts banned. So that's good. We got rid of these scammers, but I'm sure there are others. So just be careful. Some people will try to scam you on the internet. Apparently, I wasn't careful enough. Like the feeling that I should have known better. Let's see what the chat here says. Um, yeah. So Jeremy, here's the thing. You know, the second one was actually she was level 1 and she had like 12 reviews. So I thought that it was legit, but I guess what actually happened is that she had fake accounts that would do that. You know, that she had maybe bought from herself, gave herself review. I don't know. It was disappointing, but that's just one story. One of the things that people who get art for supplements, adventures, and so forth have to deal with. And I learned from this, and now I will not repeat that mistake again. So, I think we have enough people here, and I am very excited. So, Niffer, do we have someone who wants to take the first turn?
I mean, I'm seeing people active in chat, and I'm very tempted to call on them just to be like, "Get in here."
So
But
if you're current,
actually officially ask.
Yeah, let's do that. So now, if you want to join and start the adventure with me, what you need to do is, oh, that's odd. That's not what I wanted to show you. Huh. Okay. I need my references. If you want to join and start the adventure with me, what you need to do is go into Discord and tell Nifernif at the general chat, tell her that you want to join, and she'll connect you to our chat room right now, and then we could start the adventure. In the meantime, I'll tell you the premise so you know what to expect. Okay. So here's the thing. There is this mage, right? His name was Archmage Baylor, and I say was because he was murdered. And his daughter, Kaya, has asked you, the adventurers, to go on to find the killer, to find who killed the Archmage and who took his belongings. Now, Kaya, she did some research of her own, and she discovered that the culprit, the murderer, is actually another Archmage, someone that's called Archmage Lonore. You have tracked Archmage Lonore throughout the country. You have followed every hint that you had. You are experienced adventurers. It's not the first time doing this. And you have found that she is probably in a small town that you have just reached. And in this small town, you have already contacted the mayor, and you were supposed to meet with them, and they would have some information for you, or so they've told you. And you went in to the mayor's manor, but then something weird happened. As you stepped through the door, there was no floor beneath you, and you fell. And you hit the ground 30 feet down. And you see an arcane flash above you, and the door that you just entered from disappears. That's where we start the adventure. Now, do we have someone who wants to jump in?
Hey, Zenith just volunteered, so I've assigned him a role. You should be able to hop right into our stream chat channel.
Hey, we have Nom here. Hey Nom, welcome.
Hey.
Do we have Lior in here? Zenith? Detect floor with my face. Jeremy, you successfully detect the floor. It's very efficient. You take some bludgeoning damage. Now, if we were actually running this, I would ask the players if they had any way to avoid taking the damage, like Featherfall or something, or they take 3d6 points of bludgeoning damage, which is fun. So, do we have Zenith here?
All right. Yeah.
I'm here.
Yeah, I can hear you. Zenith, how are you?
I am wonderful, thank you.
Yes, you are wonderful. Thank you for joining us. So you currently represent a party, but you are one character who is currently in charge. So do you have a character like which character would you like to play? Which class would you like to be?
Let's go with the rogue.
Okay, we have a rogue in the party now. So you're a rogue.
Oh, perfect. Nice.
You see the room around you after falling onto the floor. It's about 30 feet in diameter. It's a round room, and it has one exit leading out of it. A simple wooden door. And you see that around the walls there's these arcane crystals that shine blue light and illuminating the room. And as you gather your senses, you kind of realize what's going on. You hear a voice, and it's like you try to locate where it comes from, and it seems to be coming from everywhere. And it says, "Welcome to my humble abode. Please make yourselves comfortable. It's been a while since I've had guests, but rest assured, my staff will take great care of you." And as this voice finishes, you do see something strange. You see these transparent humanoid figure that sweeps away dirt with a broom in the room.
I was kind of hoping it would be his actual staff, but okay.
So what would you like to do?
So there, you said there was a door, right?
Yep, there is one door
Okay.
and some semi-translucent figure that's sweeping the floor. Other than that, the room is empty. Actually, I will show you the room, because I have prepared for this.
Good naps.
Yee. Here you are. That's the room. Can you see it?
Okay. Oh, yes, I can see it. Right. Well, since the staff is diligently doing their job, I won't disturb them. Let's go and check that door.
All right. Do you go ahead and open the door?
Is it locked? Can I open it?
You can. I mean, if you go ahead and try.
Yeah, I will do that.
All right. You go ahead and open the door, and it gives. And on the other end, you see something that you didn't expect. You enter the manor up above. You fell down here, and then as you exit through that door, you see a forest, a lush rainforest with dense trees and tall ferns. You see these massive branches that create a canopy above you, and a lake that kind of reflects the afternoon sun. And that's weird because you entered in the evening. The door remains open. Do you step through it?
Yeah, I will.
All right.
I won't close it though.
All right.
I'll keep it open.
So you now enter this place. As you step through the door, you are located currently where the door is, the blue glow.
Right.
So the door behind you remains, but it hovers a foot above the ground. And it's seemingly attached to nothing. You look behind, you expect to find a building, and there is none. Beyond that, the rainforest seems to extend pretty much out to the horizon. Like, rainforest behind you, lake ahead of you. And you hear that voice again as you step in. That same voice saying, "Why don't you take a quick break near the lake? The water aren't too cold, I assure you." What do you do?
This is very suspicious and concerning. Right. I'll walk around.
All right.
Trees, see this forest for a bit.
All right.
Maybe if nothing piques my interest, I'll go across the shoreline of the lake, but for now let's go around the trees.
All right, you start going around the trees, and they are dense, and the roots are kind of interrupting your movement. But you manage to go through, and you see again a few semi-translucent figures holding these gardening tools and trimming overgrown vines, kind of clearing a path between the trees.
Right. I'll go to one of them.
All right, you approach one of them.
Yeah, approach, and I just wave him with my hand, and I'll go. Hello. My name is Grace. Where are we? What is this place? I'm not quite so sure.
So you talk with this figure, and they seem to ignore you completely, as if they've never heard. They didn't hear you. It's very odd.
Right, the silent treatment. I get you. That's fine.
Now for the
Okay.
people in chat, so we have Skag here. Hey Skag, welcome. Noam, there's a link in the description of this video that you can use to jump into the Discord, and then in the general chat, just write something, and Niffer will help you jump in after Zenith is done. And as for Jeremy's question, you can see the forest through the trees extending behind you. And I will remind everyone that each of you in the chat, you can add one item, one advantage, or one obstacle for each room. So only one of you on each. So currently, your rogue, you approached that figure. It did not respond to your questions. The rest of the party had followed you in, and they are currently waiting for you to lead the way. What do you do?
Well, these nice folk won't respond to us, so let's see. Let's get a good vantage point on the area. I'll climb one of the trees. Have the higher ground. See the whole area.
All right. I want you to roll a d20 for me, and if you roll 5 or less, something bad is going to happen.
All right.
I talked with them. I was very angry. We canceled the whole deal.
Right. So I got a 14.
14. 14 is good. I can hear myself for some reason. I think the stream might also have that feedback. So okay, now it stopped. That's good. So you climb the tree and you get the vantage, and you look and you feel the warmth of the sun, and you can hear the birds chirping, and you can see the lake extending into the horizon, and there's a forest after it as well, after a few miles perhaps. And you look back and the forest, and it's like a dense rainforest, and you can't see very far in, but you do see that it extends as far as you can see.
And the lake is also just extending all over the place.
Yeah, you
to
look.
the other side.
You look to your right and left, and it just extends. You can see a slight curvature to it. It looks like a lake. But I will have you roll a perception check for me.
Right.
So I'm gonna say, because you're a rogue, you'd be good at this.
Natural 20.
A natural 20. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
So you look at the lake. As you look at the lake, you see something interesting. Near the shore of where you're standing, there's a turbulence below the waters, like a small movement within the lake, like something is making the water move there. You aren't quite certain what that is, but it's fairly large.
All right. Well, time to go check it out. I'll gently go down the tree
All right.
and I will approach the turbulence,
All right.
but I will not go into the water as of yet.
Not just yet. So you're just approaching the water to get a better look.
Yeah,
All right.
I'm careful.
So
This is not a safe place.
so you approach the water, and as you do, you hear a movement behind you, and it's not a tree that you've just stepped from. It's another one. You see it move all of a sudden, and it goes in to whack you with one of its branches.
Oh no.
Oh yes, and it's going to roll, and I rolled an 11, and it's a 3, so it's not, doesn't have a lot to hit. So I'm gonna say it misses. We're not gonna be strict on the rules here. I'm also not gonna count hit points. I will say that creatures would have like they're injured and they're dead. So if you hit them, you take them one step further, and you have 5. Let's say you can take 5 hits before you are in a bad position.
Okay.
So the tree
so
misses you.
I will duck.
You duck, and the branch goes over your head. And as that happens, you're fairly close to the lake, and you can see that the turbulence actually goes up from the lake and into the shore, and you see this elemental creature jumping on you and one of your other party members and trying to overwhelm you and grab you, take you into the depths. So I'm going to roll again this time for the water elemental, and that's a 14 on my die, which I'm gonna say probably hits with a +7 for that elemental. Probably hits.
Yeah.
So it takes you with them, and you find yourself submerged in water. You take 1 hit. Chat, this is the time to help your buddies.
Right. So we're in the water.
Right.
I've been dragged into the lake. Do I see the elemental? Is it like
Yeah, you
a
can
stream
make
that I can
its
make
shape.
sense of it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll draw my short sword and I'll try to disrupt its form and maybe swim away.
Alright, so you are currently underwater, so I'm gonna say you make this attack with disadvantage. Oh, no, actually,
Alright.
Actually, I've written the rules for underwater combat here, and it says that has disadvantage on the attack roll unless the weapon is a dagger, javelin, short sword, spear, or trident, and you are attacking with a dagger, so you do not have disadvantage. So you roll normally.
Right. So it would be a 19.
And 19 definitely hits, so you wound the creature, and you see its forms begin to dissipate. Meanwhile, your friends upstairs are fighting the trees. So I'm gonna ask if we have people on chat, can you roll some dice for me? And we'll see how his friends are faring. Now, what do you do? Oh, okay, so wait, that was your turn. You wounded the elemental. And the trees up are fighting your friends, so we won't roll for that. But the elemental tries to drag you even deeper into the water. So that's gonna be a 9, which with its added thing probably doesn't hit you. So you manage to resist the wave that tries to, the current that tries to pull you into the depths.
Right.
What do you do?
I'll go for another strike.
Alright, you go for another strike, so roll for me, and while you do that, Jeremy, you rolled a 16, so one of the party members hits one of the trees. There are 2 awakened trees, and wounds it. And not 1 and not 20. So, but Skag, which one did you roll? Why did you roll with advantage? I'm gonna take that nat 1, so instead, one of the allies misses, and the fight above continues.
I need to go and help them. They're in a sticky situation. Let's roll. Let's see what I get. Right. So I don't think a 2 would do much.
No, a 2 doesn't work. You try to cut it, but this time it just moves out of your way, and you find yourself still underwater, submerged. Your air is starting to run out, and it's going to attack you again, trying to grab you even deeper. This is a 17 on my die, so that will hit you. So it managed to take you all the way down to the bottom, which is 20 feet deep, and slams you into the ground, and you take a second damage. Second hit point.
Mhm.
What do you do? Oh, while you think about that, chat, help him out. Roll again.
Hey, question for no reason at all, but like, what happens if the adventuring party doesn't make it past this first room?
Well, we'll have to wait and see, won't we? Oh, you posted the Discord. I can't see Discord right now. Niffer, can you help us? How much did he roll? A 3. Oh, buddy.
Well, yeah, I saw more pictures of the 1 and the 20.
Oh.
Oh, and then a 3.
So, miss again, but Jeremy, with that 15, you managed to take down one of the trees. Later, if you want to take over, tell us which character did that. We'll try to figure out how that happened. But Zenith, currently, you are still in that tight position.
Right. I'm going to get close to the ground.
Okay.
Have a better position.
To the bottom.
And to the bottom, and from that position, use it as a good base to basically propel myself into the elemental.
Okay, so
Hopefully.
you kind of lean, kind of bend the knees, and then jump from the depths, from the floor, and try to stab the elemental. All right, so another attack. Yeah, Jeremy, you can give him an item. You definitely can. What's actually?
That would be
So you don't.
10.
A 10 wouldn't do it, but Jeremy, it's not something that he has on him. It's something that exists in the room. So can you think of something that would exist on the ocean, not the ocean, the lake's floor, that could help him? So that's a 10. A 10, we said it doesn't hit. So let's go, and now he's going to try and attack you again and slam you again into the ground with a 14 on his die. That will hit you again. You have taken your 3rd hit point. Things start to look dire. You are fighting for your breath, and the elemental doesn't give you a way out. Meanwhile, your friends upstairs, how are you faring? Do you want to roll some dice for me and see how you're doing? While they do that, what do you do? Trying again?
Yeah, probably. I don't have anything better to do underwater.
You did find a really nice looking seashell. A really, really nice looking
That's
seashell.
That would be a great souvenir after this. And I think a 16 is better.
Yeah, 16 does it. And you manage to finally, with your last breath, to slice through the elemental, and it just dissipates into water. And you quickly start swimming upwards to catch your breath. And as you do, your friends decimate the tree. Like the other awakened tree, they just cut through him. And
Well,
a log and you do have a log to float on.
good.
All right, the last awakened tree is barely standing. It's quite injured. So, and you're just out of the water. How would you like to? What would you like to do?
roots,
All
hitting
right.
him to the ground, making him fall.
All right, give me an attack.
Right, let's see this.
The trees
Yeah, that's not gonna do it.
do not have
That's
fruit.
a 2.
Oh, a 2 misses. So now the tree is going to swipe again, but this time it's going to swipe at you. With an 8, that won't hit you. You dodge out of the way. And I'm gonna say that one of the other members of the party hits the tree and finishes the job. And you find yourself after a moment just standing there. The trees stop moving, no movement in the water at all. You seem to be out of danger for
Right.
now. And no fruit on the trees. They are a large rainforest, big trunks, a lot of leaves, a lot of foliage.
I'll take my dagger back,
All right, you have your dagger.
and I think that very nice seashell was interesting. So
So you
I'll go
dive back to
into
take.
the water and get that.
All right, you do that.
I'll dive back, but I'll keep an eye out for anything suspicious.
Interesting thing, as you dive in, you reach the depth and you grab that shell, but as you do, you also send your hand a bit forward and it hits this invisible wall. And you realize that moment that something is off about this place. Seems to be an illusion of some sort.
I'll try to grab the shell and just yank it out of the ground.
Right, you have the shell. It's very pretty.
Illusory wall. Okay.
Oh, that's nice, Jeremy. I like that.
That's a great souvenir. I'm gonna keep this.
All right. So you're still in the forest. What are you up to? What are you gonna do?
Well, just going inside the forest seems kind of pointless. There's no way to go. And there's an illusion in the water. Are the like magical servants still there, just doing their stuff?
They're just doing their thing. They're just cleaning around, cutting stray branches and vines, just to keep the way clean.
I'll go to one of the places where the trees just like arrive from, I guess, where they're
Mhm. You're going deeper into the forest.
Yeah.
All right. You go deeper into the forest, and eventually it doesn't take you long till your foot gets stuck in a wall, and you see a ripple throughout, and you see that there seems to be some sort of an illusion here. Also, there's a wall that you've just hit.
Right. Let's hug the wall. I'll put my hand on it.
All right.
And I'll start going around it.
All right. I want you to give me an investigation check, and because you're a rogue, you're gonna be good at that.
So I rolled 14.
All right, that is definitely enough. It doesn't take you long. It takes you less than a minute to find an oddity in the wall, and you reach a door, and it is invisible, but you do have the handle grabbed.
Right. I'll turn to the rest of the party, and I'll look at them, and I'll go. Be ready. We're not out of the water yet, and I open the door.
All right. So thank you, Zenith. Do we have anyone else who wants to take the lead from here to the next room of
Yeah,
this
Gnome's
place?
already in stream chat waiting to take control of the
Yes, Noam. Hello.
party. So I've unmuted you, but you gotta unmute yourself too, and then you can hop in.
Hi there!
Hello,
Hi,
welcome.
welcome.
Go kill some daddies.
Yeah, let's do it. Okay, so you enter. Well, first, what is your character? What are you playing?
I'll be playing a whip-wielding ranger.
All right, you're a tough ranger. You've probably
That's awesome.
torn a few of the branches earlier and kind of removed from the awakened trees. You got this. You have this pose about you. You can do anything with that whip. And you enter this room. It's a bathhouse? You enter this, it's a square room, white marble floor, and you see these copper pipes that are protruding from the pillars that surround the room that you can see on the map here. The opposite wall from where you have entered is made entirely out of colorful, beautiful stained glass featuring animals and plants and just the beauty of nature in an image of stained glass. It's a very beautiful room, very peaceful room, and it seems to be completely out of place from where you just entered. What would you like to do?
Could I go forward to the... Is it a bath, a pool? What is it in the middle?
It looks like a big bath with pipes that can spew water out of it. It looks... you see some steam rising out of it. Not terribly hot, but probably warm.
Okay, so after seeing Zenith fighting stuff that came out of the water earlier, I think I'll keep my distance from the water and I'll attempt to go north behind the... is it like a
The pipe?
boiler of some sort?
Yeah, these pipes are actually high. They are like 20 feet high, or 6 meters. So you can go. You can just go underneath them. You can hide behind the pillars if you'd like to.
I'd like to actually more like do a circular recon.
All right, you want to search the room.
Go around the walls and see if something bad happens.
All right. So first thing you notice is that there are a few more of those same translucent figures that you have seen throughout this place. They look that this time they have sponges and buckets and they just clean the floor, make it shine. And as you start to look around, you hear that same voice again in your going, like it's almost in your mind. It's like from everywhere. Oh my, you look a little bit battered. I am terribly sorry. Here, let me make it up to you. And as the voice dissipates, the door behind you slams shut, and a rapid stream of boiling water begins to spew from all pipes simultaneously, threatening to flood the chamber. Now, as the water begins to rise, you have an opportunity to start working. You know that if you do not act fast, the water are going to drown the entire room, and these are hot water. Just standing in them will make you take a hit point at the beginning of each of your turns. So we are starting initiative right now. It is your turn. You start a turn by taking 1 hit point out of your 5 from the boiling water that begins to rise up to your ankles. What do?
Do the translucent servants seem unfazed by the boiling water?
As the water begins to reach the floor, the minute it touches them, they dissipate. They do not seem very resistant.
So I'll try to whip my whip up and grab one of the high pipings
All right.
And, if I succeed, I'll try and climb up.
Give me a roll. That will be an acrobatics, and I'm gonna say because you have a whip, you're pretty good at that. So go for it. And as a side note,
Right.
you actually see a folding boat at the side of the room, because apparently it's there. Because someone in the chat added that, so that's cool. You can still do your thing,
Alright.
and maybe the rest of the party will use that. So you do your thing. Roll roll a
So-
d20.
I rolled a 13.
A 13 for you. I'm gonna say that's enough. You take your whip and you climb up, bind yourself maybe 2 turns before the water begins to reach you again. So it's your party meanwhile rushes to the boat, and the boat is there. It will help, but it's probably won't prevent them from drowning once the water gets up. So your friends are safe for now. What are you gonna do with your turn? You do not take damage at the beginning of this turn, but the water do rise up.
You said the ceiling was glass.
The wall, the entire wall in front of the door that you've entered, so it would be on the right of the screen, is stained glass. Beautiful stained glass. With animals
Alright,
and stuff.
so-
You know what, actually, as you climb the pipes, I would like you to make a perception check for me.
All right. That would be an 18.
An 18 is enough. You realize that on one of the pipes there's an etched figure. Someone scratched it on the steel, and you see the image of a fox etched into the steel.
Of a fox. All right. There's boiling water everywhere. I don't have time to decipher this riddle of yours.
All right, what do you do?
I'll try. I'll try and like balance myself on the pipings and make my way to the east side of the room, next to the glass.
Yeah, next to
glass
the
wall.
glass wall. Okay, you are there. You got there. What do you want to do?
What I want to try and do is like kick one of the pipings to open it, hopefully splashing water over the
The glass?
glass wall.
All right. You see that you can do that. I would let you roll an athletics check to try to kick the pipes with enough might to do that. So go ahead. What does the fox say? A chat should decide what does the fox say in the meantime. Biatni, welcome. We're having
That
some.
would be a solid 9.
A solid 9. You kick the pipes, and you dent them a bit, but they are sturdy. And the water begins to rise again. You have another turn that you're not taking any damage. And I'm gonna say, chat, roll 2 d20s for me for the other party members, as they are trying to look around and figure out what the heck is going on. So chat, you do that. And in the meantime, Noam, what do you do just before the water reaches your feet?
Oh hell! I'll try and climb even higher. Is there a ceiling to the room?
There is a ceiling. It's 10 feet above the pipes. You can try and climb the pillar up all the way up to the top. I'm gonna let you do that. You know what? You don't even have to roll. You're such a badass ranger You can just decide to climb. You can still do something else if you want. And in the meantime, one of your friends points out, hey, there's something weird on the ceiling. I think there's a missing brick, but there's too much steam. I cannot see it.
I'm closer to the ceiling than them, so can I see it?
Give me a perception
Now that they
check.
pointed out?
Yeah, you know what? Actually, because you have climbed all the way up, I'm gonna say you don't even have to roll for this. Up on the ceiling, you see a missing brick with the image of a parrot. It looks like a parrot brick that's just missing from the wall.
A parrot brick?
Yeah, like the bird. You see, it appears like a parrot, and it's missing from the wall.
All right. Did I see something that matched the socket anywhere in the room?
You haven't seen something like that, but you have seen plenty of animals on the stained glass.
Ooh. Can I quickly look and see if I see a shape that matches the missing shape on the glass?
You see a parrot on the stained glass as you search for one. It doesn't look exactly the same, but it's the only bird that's currently on the wall. And actually, it's perched on a tree, so it's fairly close to where you are right now.
Can I reach it?
Yeah, you can. Do you try to do that? So I'm gonna say that
yeah,
if you do
try
that, you can automatically succeed, but that will be your turn. That means then the water will keep rising afterwards.
Yeah, I'll try and touch it, break it, move it.
So you're trying to
Fiddle around with the parrot.
All right, so you're trying to work with it, and you're leaning on it, and you see it as you lean on it, it gives, and it pushes like a few inches inwards. Nothing else happens.
Does it move a few inches inwards and then stop, or
It moves a few
move
inches forward,
and
and then it seems like it's stuck, like it's engaged something on the other side. But you hear a click, but other than that, nothing happens.
all right? Is there a fox shape on the wall?
You look down, and the fox was just covered by the water. You do see it, but it's covered in boiling water right now.
How hard was it to push the parrot thingy? I'm asking because I want to know if it's feasible that I can whip my whip and fiddle around with the fox underwater, or I'll have to go there in person.
So here's the thing. As you try to think about that, you see that when you stop putting force on the parrot, it starts to move back. And you realize that you might be able to push the fox inwards, but if there's not something that keeps holding it, it will just push back. But you do have friends, however. You're not alone in this journey.
Guys, steer the boat here! And I point to the fox silhouette.
All right, they begin to move.
Steer the boat here! Push the boat into the wall.
Right.
Trust me, I know what I'm doing.
So
actually
Zenith
don't.
Strogue goes in. After resting briefly, I'm gonna say someone healed him a bit. He's going to push his hand and just push the fox in, and it gives, and another click sound hits, but nothing happens. At this point, the water
More
almost
animals?
reaches the ceiling where you are. All right, so we have. I want the party to roll again. So give me 3 more rolls, chat. I'm paddling with a soggy hat. Yeah, you are. So chat, give me 3 more rolls. And in the meantime, Noam, what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna yell, look for more of these animal symbols. They're our only way out.
All right, we have 2 natural 20s and an 18. Oh my god, you guys. All right, I'm gonna say the minute you tell them about the animal symbols, one of them, whom we're gonna decide later who's gonna take over the room next, notices that at the bottom of the room, at the floor where the bath was, what the original bath was, well, there is a symbol, but they can't make out what it is, so they just jump into the water to get a closer look. And they will see it, but before that, the water reaches the top, and you take 1 point of damage. Do you keep holding the stained glass?
Yeah, I'll keep holding it, and I'll try to, as much as I can, go up, but maybe use my feet to press against the wall.
Okay, so you're trying to brace yourself.
If I can, I'll try to crack the whip and grab my buddy's leg, so I can.
That's gonna be
pull
very
them out of
difficult
the
to
squeezed
do.
water.
That's gonna be very difficult to do in the water. You don't have the same, movement with the whip underwater, and
Is the
room is just the water is just
party
reaching.
fully submerged?
The party is fully submerged. Yes,
Ah, all right.
and so are you
so,
as of this turn.
let's keep pressing for now.
Yeah. So you keep pressing, Zinistro keep pressing, and the third party member start to swim after looking at the bottom and taps the frog that stands at the bottom of the wall. And as he does, there's another click sound, and you see an opening begin to roll out. One of the clouds nearby actually begins to roll, and a door opens. And as it does, you see that the water from below begins to kind of drain. You seem to be, for the moment, out of harm's way.
Well, at least we got a bath, right?
The party, I believe the party will share the sentiment. And I guess you would take, okay, you what do you do after that? The water drops, you are out of danger, there's an opening 20 feet above you. You can climb there with your whip or a rope or something and help your allies, or take a rest, or what have you. What would you like to do?
I'll climb onto the opening and help my allies up, and unless it directly leads to another room, like if there's a little corridor or a
There seems to be a room at the other end, yes.
small. All right, so I'll suggest that we take a moment to breathe and maybe like chill a little bit and try to figure out what the hell's going on.
All right. So you take a few moments. I'm gonna say you have a short rest here, and afterwards you begin to climb onto the next room. And with that, we'll let someone else take over this length of the dungeon. So thank you, Noam, for joining us now. Your ranger will keep with the party, but do we have someone else to take over the next length of the journey?
Yeah, Skag has decided to come in and join us, so I've brought them into
Skag!
the chat. So they just gotta unmute and come join us.
Skag, you here with us?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey! It's good to have you here. So, what character are you playing?
Let's just go with a barbarian.
A
sure.
barbarian. Okay, you are tough. I mean, the ranger is tough, but you are tougher. And you climb 20 feet up and enter through the door out of this bath chamber. And you reach... so there are two rooms that I've just put on the map. You don't see the lower one. You see only the top one, which looks kind of like a dining room. You enter this large dining hall, and you see a long dinner table with a seat for each member of the party. You see a myriad of hovering objects carried by the same translucent figures that you've seen throughout this entire place. And they carry bottles of wine and glasses made of crystal and plates covered with cloches. They then pull the chairs back as if inviting you to sit with them. But you know not to to just jump on their offer right away. You look into the room and you see on the other end, near the end of that room on the right, you see two construct-like figures. They look like knights of some sort. And they appear more than just suits of armor to you.
Do they like move at all, or are they just gonna stay there?
They at the moment they look stationary, but they look like they are capable of movement.
I'm gonna walk over to one of them and just kind of push it a little bit.
Okay, so you begin to cross the room, and as you do, you hear the same voice, the same sourceless voice that you've heard from before, and that you've probably by now realized that this is the mage you've been looking for. This is Lonore speaking to you. Come, sit, be my guests. You will find the dinner is up to the highest standards, and I've even provided the show. And you begin to cross to reach towards the knight at the other end of the room, and as you begin to cross, you stand on one of the rugs as it begins to move suddenly and try to smother you. So,
Oh no, getting out.
so this is the rug of smothering that's just grappled you, and it's going to roll a 16 on my die, which I'm gonna say is enough. Just to grapple you first. You might be able to. You will probably easily get out of it afterwards. But as that happens, you see that the other rug also tries to leap on one of your allies, and also grabs them. What do you do?
Oh, I'm gonna try to get out first.
All right, you try to get.
Run.
So this is going to be an athletics check, which you are very good at. So you just roll a d20 for me, and we'll see what happens.
19.
Yeah, easily. You just push your way out of the rug, kind of even ripping it a bit as you do. You do take 1 damage as that from the initial strangling, but you are free after that. Your allies, however, begin to, let's say, one of the chat, one of you is going to roll for the other members that's trying to escape, and the other 2 will try to attack the rugs as well. So the first one that rolls is for the ally. So chat, give it to me. And in the meantime, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna go swinging at the bad mage.
At the rug? or
Uh,
or the
you said the mage was there.
the
evil
mage,
mage.
the mage wasn't there. Their voice was just sourceless. They do not appear to be in the room.
Oh, it's just a source.
You see
Okay.
you
So, yeah,
see
I'm
the
gonna-
rugs and you see the constructs at the end. The constructs are not moving at the moment.
All right. Well, then I'm just gonna go after to the rug that the others are attacking.
All right. So you are going to just jumping over the table and whack it. So give me an attack roll. Oh, the ally wasn't able to make it though. They are still stuck, and the allies also missed. And Noam, Noam does wrestle the rug off my pals. Okay, so you managed to so your allies managed to in that round get your ally out of the rug just before you hit it or attack it with a
17.
17. Definitely hits you. Cut a serious hole. What is your weapon of choice with the barbarian?
A maul.
A maul. So you just slam into it, and you slam so hard that it hits the floor and kind of tears the rug from the strength of the blow, and kind of crack the wooden floor below. It looks like the magic that's holding it is suddenly weakened. And as that happens, you see that the construct at the other end begin to shift and move. And you see that there are smaller constructs that just emerge from their back. It looks kind of like birds made of steel. And the birds suddenly try to rush you and your allies. So one of these Animarium Knights is going to attack you with a 3, and that's misses.
Yes.
You just shrug it off, knock it away. It's nothing in front of you. The rugs, however, are going to try to smother you again, though the same one that you got away from is trying to jump on you again. That's going to be a 16 on my dice, which means it does manage to grapple you once more. So you begin your turn by taking another point of damage. And what do?
I'm gonna try to escape it. Get out of that.
Get out of that. Okay, give me another athletics check.
That is an 11.
An 11. I'm gonna say, because you're a barbarian, you have 11 is enough for you to get out of that rug. And I want another roll for the chat on the allies. And Niffer, no, these are actually birds. That's a monster that exists in many of my supplements. It's called an Animarium Knight. It has a spirit that powers it, but you don't know that right now. So you manage to get out of the rug, and then something weird happens. You see that the servants approach the plates that are covered with cloches, and they remove 2 of them. And as they do, you see this noxious cloud of poison that begins to emit in the room, just takes everything in the room, and you immediately begin to cough. And I need you to make a constitution. It's gonna be a constitution saving throw, but you just roll a d20, and you're good at this because you're a barbarian. So give me a roll.
19.
19, easily enough. You hold your breath, and the poison does not affect you. Well, the allies are not rolling at the moment. I'm gonna roll for the allies for now. That's a 6, that's a 16, and that's a natural 20. So 2 of your allies are still okay. All right. So you're out of the rug. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna try to take the rug and pin it up against wherever the hole is that's letting out the gas.
Oh, okay. You're trying to hold the rug against the poison. That's cool. So give me it will be a grapple check, like to try and grapple the rug and slam it onto the poisonous orb.
That is a 19.
Yeah, you're rolling well. Okay, you just slam the rug, and you see that indeed the poison begins to dissipate as the rug covers it. The rug is, however, immune to poison, but you did manage to damage it a bit, and stop the poison from affecting your allies in the following turn. So the knights are going to try and attack you again. One of them is going to try and attack you. The rug is going to try and attack you. So let's start with the knight. The same hawks made of steel are going to try and hit you. That is a 10, which I'm gonna say is not gonna hit you, and an 8. You manage to just get out of the way. The enemies are nothing in front of you. Okay.
Luckily.
Yeah. So you don't have to roll for poison again,
Okay.
because you've covered it. What are you gonna do now?
Turn my attention to one of the knights
All right.
if I can.
Yeah, you can. So you go towards them and swing and with your maul.
That's in that one.
Oh, buddy. You swing with your maul and you just hit the wall, and the maul just goes into the wall, and it's kind of stuck there. I'm gonna say that because of that knight is going to have advantage on the attack against you. That's a 14 and a 14 again, so 14 on the die will hit you. So you take another point of damage. This time the knight steps forward and you hear the clanking steel as it pulls his sword and takes a swipe against you. And you see your blood kind of streaking on the floor. You take another hit point. So that's your third, I believe, was it? Did you count? I didn't.
3.
Yeah, okay, so you begin to look rough.
3 so far.
I'm gonna say that since you're a barbarian, if you rage, you would gain an extra hit point.
Okay, good.
So,
All right, well then.
in the that was the knight. Now the rugs are going to strangle your friends, or try at least with a 6 that won't do. With a 14 will do. So one of your other friends, I'm gonna say it's the one who's poisoned, which is our fourth party member. Oh, you know what? Let's say it's the rogue, because Zenith, I'm sorry, you're kinda strangled by the rug, and it's difficult to breathe, and everything is looking so bad right now. You can tell, Skag, that your allies are having a rough time, but
Okay.
the ranger for Noah managed to duck out of the knight and is engaging with him right now. So now it's your turn. What would you like to do?
I'm going to rage, and then go swinging at the one that went after me.
All right, you do that. Make an attack roll, and in the meantime, the chat, you can roll to take the you can take the knives. You can make attack rolls on the rugs or on the knights. You represent the roles of the other party, and you can, if you want one of them to do something specific, you can do that. We'll go with it. So just hit it. Okay, Skag, what do you got?
Got a 16.
A 16 hits, and you. This is the first time that. No, is it the first time that you hit it? It is the first time that you hit it, isn't it?
Yes,
So you create a huge dent in its armor, and you see the glowing eyes, the glowing blue eyes, flash suddenly as the enchantment that holds them begins to waver. 17 for Niffer. So one of the fourth ally manages to tear down the rug that you've already injured before, and it is now destroyed. Okay, now the knight is going to turn its attention to you. After you hit it, again, it looks at you and tries to swing the sword once more. That's a 9. That's not gonna hit you. Now let's see if the knight hits one of your other party members. That's a 15. That does. So I'm gonna say the ranger is starting to look a bit rough. Noam's character, you took a solid hit right there. All right. Back to you, Skag.
Okay. So this one's looking rough.
Yep.
I'm gonna go forward again and try to get rid of it.
All right, go for it.
14 on the dice.
Yeah, that will definitely hit. You manage to. How do you want to describe how you smash that thing?
I will grab grab my maul, and do a uppercut strike on it,
Like from below?
and send it flying upward.
Yeah, I love that. So you just you swing it, and the helmet just dislodges, and you see this splash of arcane energy just splashes on the wall, and the helmet hits the ceiling and then bounces back to the floor. The rest of the body just falls limp on the floor and clanks. The other knight is going now to turn his attention to you after injuring Noam's ranger, and that's a 9. That misses. Yeah, the other rog, we're gonna say for the sake of brevity that the Zenith's rogue managed to cut through it and was able to dismantle the enchantment that held the rug. Similar, but not the same. So Skag, the last standing knight is there in front of you, still unfazed, uninjured. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna go all barbarian on it and try to hit it again.
All right, you do that.
Try to.
You could decide to attack recklessly if you like. That means they will have advantage on your next advantage against you on its next attack.
Good, because that was a 4.
Yeah, sometimes it's good to act.
15.
How much?
15 on the dice for
15
the damage roll.
hits. So you pound that knight again, and you just make the leg cave in, and it falls on the ground, still functioning, but looks fairly injured. It is now going to attack you, and I'm gonna say, chat, you can also have an attack against that thing. Maybe save Skag some hit points. Even though it's probably more like an 8 action. Actually, no. I'd like to grab a curtain pole and try to pin the knight down so the party can kill it. You know what? Yeah, 14 will do it. So you grab one of the poles and you slam into it and you just kind of blind it. So I'm gonna say it still tries to attack you, Skag, but now because of Noam's ranger, it has disadvantage on the attack. That's a 2 and it's 15, so I'll take the 2, and that doesn't hit you. It is back to your turn.
Try to finish this thing off.
Yeah, okay, go for it.
If it's prone, I get advantage on it no matter what.
Yeah, you do. You have advantage on it because of it's kind of restrained in this, cloth.
Yeah. 11.
11. I'm gonna say that 11 doesn't hit. This thing is armored.
Yep.
It's a walking plate. So now it rises back, pushes Nom's ranger away, and then tries to attack you again. That's a 14. So that I'm gonna on my die. So I'm gonna say that hits you. So you take another hit point. You start to look fairly rough right now. You start to feel the adrenaline pounding. What would you like to do? One more. You go in for one more. Go for it.
One more.
Recklessly or regular?
Oh, recklessly.
All right.
Okay. That is a natural 20.
Yes. So please describe how you dismantle that thing.
This time it's going to be a overhead smash directly on top of it, crushing as much metal as I can, making it look like it's a literal crushed tin can.
Yeah, and you just swing with your full might, and that swing hits the helmet and echoes throughout the room and caves in completely. Your swing made it cave up until the torso, and it just created a tin can, and it's iron or steel. You just bent it like it's butter, and then it just falls, unmoving.
Okay. So the thing is the thing still clogged? Yes or no?
The what?
Is the hole still clogged?
The hole. Oh, you mean the poison?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm
Yes.
gonna say you managed to dismantle it, and I'm gonna say that the rogue, after taking care of the rug, managed to take care of the other poison outlet, and you are free of poison right now.
All right, good. So is there? If I go into the room on the bottom, is there anything in there?
You open the
That were coming
room.
out?
You open the room, and there's not much. There is something in there. You open the room, and you can smell this comforting scent of cooking food, of cooked food that welcomes you. And you see again a collection of hovering objects carried by these semi-invisible servants as they cook tirelessly, stirring bubbling pots and chopping various meats and vegetables. And you see various cabinets with space and storage spaces that are just scattered throughout this kitchen.
Okay. So I'm just gonna start ripping out all the cabinets and seeing if I can't find something in there.
All right, so you tear through them, and I want you to make an investigation check. But you can make the investigation check. I'm gonna say you can make it with your strength, so you are going to be good with it.
That is a 16.
Yeah, easily enough. You tear through the entire thing. You destroy this kitchen. And you do find something. Actually, behind one of the cabinets, you see there's a hidden door that you kind of broke in the process.
Oops.
So
Open the
now
door.
you have two options. You have two doors that you can go through. One through the one you found in the kitchen, or one in the living room. The double doors on the right. I am not sure if you can see that clearly on the map. But these are your two options. Which one do you
We're gonna
choose?
go through the secret door.
To the secret door. All right. So you gather the party and you enter through the secret door. Skag, thank you for taking part in this adventure for now. It was really cool. I love it. I love the barbarian. He will stay with us for the rest of the adventure. Now, Niffer, do we have anyone else that's here? That's quite a lot of people that's been here, and I'm really excited for it.
No, I love that. We don't have any more, but if you still want to be part of it, either speak up in chat or come find me in the Discord in general, and I can bring you in. Also, just because we've been going for a while, how long do you see this going, bud? How far are we in the dungeon?
There is one more proper encounter, I'm gonna say, and there's one more of a social encounter. So 2 more rooms. One of them is more of a social thing. And yeah, we have gone for quite a while. I probably hadn't thought this through when I started this stream. I didn't expect it to go this far. Thank you for joining me on this weird thing that we're doing here. This is kind of crazy. So, Niffer, do you have something somewhere you have to
Yep.
go? Somewhere you have to be?
No, I'm just checking on, because I know it's late for you, so I want to make sure that you're awake for us.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm having fun. You know, I'm in my zone. It's like
Yeah, this is really fun.
so. Niffer,
I
do,
am adding another guy. Here it comes.
okay. How's the view outside the curtains? No, I'm asked to. Oh, hello. Who do we have here?
Welcome.
Hey,
Hi.
what is your name, or how should I call you?
You can call me the Old Grey Wizard.
Oh, I know exactly who this is.
The Journey.
The journey. Oh man, thanks for joining in. So you're playing a wizard, a sage.
Yes,
All right.
an old man.
An old man. And you this time lead the party to the next place. After crossing through the hidden door that a Skag's barbarian discovered, you enter what appears to be a bedroom. It looks it's packed with wardrobes and bookshelves and oddities. You see a massive bed that rests against the wall and several potted plants that kind of color the interior.
I feel at home. This seems like a nice place.
It is a really nice place.
Are those teacups and tea by the hearth?
Oh, you have not entered that room. You have entered the room on the middle, which is just on the right of the kitchen,
yes.
because the cabinet on the kitchen on the right had a hidden door in it. And you enter through a closet on the other end, and the bedroom that you're in is currently empty.
Alright, in that case, can I check any of the books or the desk for any
Yeah,
hidden surprises?
definitely. Give me an investigation check, and you are quite good at those.
Okay, I got a 6 on the dice.
You got a 6 on the dice. You are fairly good at investigating, but 6 is not a lot. You do, however, find some books scattered around. A lot of them seem to be of arcane nature. You recognized a few of the titles from books that you have read when you first begun your journey, and you see some other books of more advanced material, and even one book of something that's even too advanced for you. This is
Can I,
something
yeah.
quite. Someone is very, very into the arcane here.
Alright. I don't think the Bjarni Grey Wizard would be the type to pocket something, but if perhaps the rogue would be willing to do that for me, that'd be lovely.
So, one of the chat members can roll an investigation check for the rogue to assist our wizard in locating whatever might be hidden in this room. Chat wants you to look at the shining glyphs on the far right fireplace. We will get there. Believe me, we will. But first, help our friend. Help him. Oh, we have a 6. I am sorry. You find nothing of interest in this room. Unfortunately, if there are any secrets in here, they are too hidden for you.
In that case, I'm going to lead the party up to the larger room in the north.
Alright. You enter the larger room in the north. And it's a large rectangular hall filled with lavish furniture. You see family portraits that decorate the wall and a large fireplace that warms the interior. You see a few couches organized near the fire, and an elderly woman pours tea from a steaming kettle into these beautiful porcelain cups, one for each party member. And as you enter, she turns to you and she smiles very pleasantly and says,
"Welcome. You must be Lonore's friends. It has been so long since she has invited anyone here."
Yes, don't let us intrude. Are those for us?
Yes,
I'm
of
going to
course.
the,
Here,
cup of tea.
come on, join me. Just sit down. Have a nice, relaxing cup of tea.
she says that, and she drinks. She pours tea for all of you, and then she sips from her own cup.
I definitely drink. I don't know about the rest of my party though.
So, taking the lead, you step in, you drink the tea. It is lovely. It is a bit sweet. It has this flowery taste. It's very nice, and it's just tea.
Okay. Say, what is that glowing thing to my rear?
That must be that is the place that please, I'm a bit confused.
My name is Vivian. I am Lenore's mother. This is Lenore's sanctum behind that door. And you see this massive stone door adorned with glyphs of glowing arcane energy. I would actually like you to make an arcana checks, since you are an astute wizard.
I sure am. It's a nat 1. These guys hate me. I'm putting them in the jail.
I'm sorry.
Don't be. It's fine.
You look at the door and it makes no sense to you. This magic is just so foreign. You have no idea. You have never seen this magic before.
I am intrigued by your daughter's magic.
I guess
Say,
she is
where
very,
is
very
she,
capable.
probably?
Oh, she's probably behind that door.
And as you ask that, you hear the same voice, the sorcerer's voice that you've heard this entire time. And it goes, Mother, these are dangerous people. Please go to your bedroom and lock yourself in there. And Vivian just looks up, says, No, don't. They are quite nice. They are lovely people. You should also join us and make some friends. You never make friends. It's not good. No response.
Well, so sorry again for the intrusion, ma'am, but we really need to speak with your daughter. So if there's a way for you to open up the door for us, that would be lovely.
Oh, unfortunately, this is something that I don't think that she's gonna like. You know, she needs to choose to. We can't push her into this social situation. We have to. She needs to choose. To choose your company. Maybe try to talk to her. She can hear you wherever you are.
Oh, that explains the constant. I hear her in my head. Yeah. We need to ease her into social situations. I agree. How do you think we should be able to drag her out? Is she fond of tea?
Sometimes, yeah, we drink tea sometimes, definitely. Tell her something about yourself. Make yourself open up first. Maybe she'll open up afterwards.
And you just hear the longest in your mind.
Well, I am not. Well, I believe myself to be a very interesting man, and I begin. Sorry, Bajarni, the Grey Wizard, begins to retell his entire history of being a grey old wizard, and I assume I even bored the old lady. Hopefully to sleep, because I want to try and magic some of that. I assume the stone door is locked, but I wanna try and maybe get one of the others. I'm gonna distract the old lady. Maybe one of the either the rogue or the barbarian can try and force open that door.
I just wanna see if I got you correctly. Do you want to cast a sleep spell on the old lady?
Yes.
All right.
I don't wanna make her feel bad, you know.
All right. So we're not gonna do it like the usual sleep spell works. You are just going to roll a d20 for me. And the higher the better.
That's a 12.
A 12 is enough to put an old lady to sleep. And she begins, as you tell the story of your entire journey, of how you began your journey to becoming the wizard you are today, she begins to lull and fall back. And when that happens, your friends begin to walk towards the door. And the door opens suddenly. And you see in front of you the image of a mage, of Lonore, dressed in red robes, kind of large, larger than you expected her to be. But she stands there looking a bit angry, and she says, I don't want to drag my mother into this. What do you want?
I missed the first part of the adventure. What do we actually want? This is
You
good.
are actually here on a bounty over the person that you're just speaking to. You want to get her either dead or alive because she committed some crime. She killed someone that is very important.
I see. In that case, I'm going to pull out the bounty and proclaim that you have been hereby wanted by the authority given upon me, blah blah blah, legal matters. You need to come with us.
Fine, I'll go with you, okay? She begins to walk towards the center of the room, towards her mother, actually. And
is she doing anything? Okay.
She reaches her mother, and then she begins casting a spell. Now, since you're a wizard, I'm going to give you an opportunity to counter that spell. So you can roll a d20 now, and try to stop her from doing whatever she's trying to do.
Can I tell what type of spell she's casting? Like maybe she's just
Yeah, you know what? Actually, yeah. Give me an Arcana check, and then I'll tell you if you know what kind of spell that is.
Cool. I'm real quick with my wits. Let's go. That's a 15.
That's a 15. This seems to be some sort of a conjuration spell, like some sort of a teleportation thing.
Teleportation thing. Dispelling that.
Alright, yeah, you can counterspell that, so give me a roll. Roll another d20 and let's see if that works.
That's a 12?
That's a 12.
I'm really smart and old.
Yeah, you are. And I'm gonna say that that's enough. You manage to counter a spell, and she looks at you very, very angry.
Oh shit.
What are
I'm
you
very sorry, but
doing?
I can't let you leave. As you see, we need this money to pay rent.
Will you leave my mother out of this? I only want to take her away from whatever this is that you're trying to do. She is not a part of it.
I absolutely agree. That's why she is asleep currently. Now you need to come with us. She can stay here, but you're coming with us.
Well, I guess I could. Do you need me to bring anything with me?
No, unless toothbrush and pillow. I recommend the pillow. The pillows in the big jail. They're bad and not good.
I see. So I'm gonna grab one. And she goes into open the door that you have entered. That you have her bedroom, it seems.
I follow her.
As you follow her, you see that she clicks a drawer in the bed that you have missed before, and she opens it.
Damn it!
And as she does, there's a shining light from within. And she grabs this scroll and begins to read it. You can act because it takes her a moment.
Do I still have dispel magic?
Yeah,
I can't dispel a scroll.
You can counterspell a scroll.
I'm gonna try and counterspell the scroll because I'm terrified of what she's gonna use that thing for.
All right, you do that.
That's a 4?
A 4. That will not do. So she finishes the incantation, and then she appears back in the original room, near her mother. That's strange. And she just looks at you and at the party. And I'm gonna say that at that moment, one of your other party members is going to get involved. So I need a chat to roll an attack against that woman, against Lonore. Do we still have people? Have I put the chat to sleep? Did we cast sleep on the chat? 19.
Sorry, excuse me.
It's okay. 19 You swing, you take your whip and you hit Lenore, and then you realize that it goes through. It's an illusion.
I knew it! I knew it was an illusion! She's still in the room with me, isn't she?
Maybe. You don't see her. What do you do?
I'm gonna try and move my hands around, trying to find her. It's like, where did you go? You witch!
Okay, give me a perception check. You are not very good at those.
I am shit at those. Let's give me a good roll this time. Mwah, here we go. Fucking that one!
Oh man. Oh man.
No,
Okay, one. Beat is gonna get another die. Oh man, I'm so sorry.
I can't feel her. Where is she? Where'd she go? Where'd she go?
Okay, now, as you're looking for her, you can't find her. The party is also looking for her throughout the room. And then the door that she had entered from, the door that leads to her sanctum, just slams shut.
Wait, you mean the stone door, or?
Yep, the stone door.
She went that way! After her! And I move my wizened old legs as fast as I can towards the door.
You do notice something though. When she opened the drawer, there was something else in there. You see, yeah, that she didn't grab. Actually, no, that would be stupid. She would grab it. In the adventure, this is the place where she hides the spare key to her sanctum. But if she already opened the drawer, she would take it. So there is no spare key. However, there are a few diamonds and 2 potions within.
I'm gonna worry about that later.
Alright, so you just rush to the door. It's sealed behind stone and magic. You don't know what that magic is, but you do know that approaching it violently can end badly.
I halt right before I get to the door and hope that one of my allies gets close enough to it so that I can see what actually happens.
All right, so we're gonna sacrifice the rogue here, okay, Sky, we're gonna say that the ranger and Barb grab 1 potion each, and then you just the rogue is gonna fiddle with the lock, and I'm gonna let one of the chat roll for him. Yeah, Z had to leave, so Niffer, you go for Z. You are now taking over his rogue. So give us a lockpicking check as the rogue is trying to lockpick this arcane device. Not 20. Oh my god, that's incredible. Because you know why? Because the DC to unlock this door is 25, while the magic lock is up, and it is up. But you managed to, with expertise, just unlock the entire thing. However, you do activate the glyph of warding that protects the door, and both you and Bajorni suffer hit point, like lightning that strikes you in the way. But the door is open. You open the door, and on the other end you see the wizard. You see Lonore. She looks worried, but she is ready to fight. Now, this is the final showdown, you guys. We are almost done here. We are going to open the last chamber. This is the sanctum. And Lonore didn't have time to prepare. If she had time to prepare, she would have more allies. However, you are also injured from the previous encounter. So, I would like, if the people that have played with us before want to jump in and kind of finish that fight all together, we can. It shouldn't take long. It should take like 10 minutes. You're welcome to jump into the Discord chat, to unmute yourself
yeah, I
if
think
you're already
they're
there?
all still on. They're all
Yeah.
still waiting, so if they want, they
Let's
could join.
let's do it. So, Niffer, you can take over the rogue if you want.
Oh, hooray! I love being rogues.
So, you all enter the room, and you see the wizard. She looks worried. She looks a bit terrified, and she is going to start casting a spell, entering initiative. So I'm not, who acts first here is quite important. So I'm gonna let you each roll initiative.
Oh boy. Okay, so I rolled a 1.
Oh
I
boy.
guess the rogue help.
No, that's not gonna do it.
I rolled a cool 6.
A cool 6.
Oh,
Okay, that's a bit low as well. An 8 for Skag. Oh, Bjartni, are you gonna save us?
Yeah, I rolled a 19 actually.
A 19. You are the only one who gets to react before she does. So you see that she's going to cast a spell. You get to react before she even does. So what are you gonna do in that moment?
Can I cast like something like a shielding spell, abjuration spell to like keep us safe, like a water wall or a stone wall or something like that? Firewall? No. Stone.
You probably have access to something like that. Which element would you like to choose?
I've decided it's stone.
Stone. All right. So you raise a wall of stone ahead of you, preparing for whatever she's gonna do, and seeing this, you actually act before her, and the wall, the ceiling here is pretty high. So she's not gonna cast what she initially wanted to cast. Instead, you actually do not see her, because none of you see her right now, because of the wall. So she casts something. You hear the incantation, and then who's up on next on the initiative? We have, I believe, Skag. Right? I think.
Yep.
Skag,
I'm here.
there's a wall of stone ahead of you, and you hear incantation on the other end. What would you like to do?
I hear an incantation from the other end.
You heard it. It's finished. The spell, whatever spell Lonore had cast, has already been cast.
Oh boy. So, yeah, this is where Barbarian has fun. Let's. So there's nothing else really in the area for him to go and.
You can try and climb the wall.
Okay, sure. Let's try and climb.
All right. The wall is straight up, straight. It's kind. It doesn't have a lot of room to climb, but you are very strong and capable, so you can roll an athletics check. You are pretty good at those. To climb on the other side.
14.
A 14, yeah, that will definitely be enough. You climb on top, and then when you reach the top, you see the mage, and you see 3 other images of the mage surrounding it. You're not certain which is the real one.
So I'll say that to the party.
All right.
That there's 3 of them.
There's actually 4 of them.
Or 4 of them. So.
You can still
and
act.
Are they in a line at all, or what?
They're
Are
near
they
near
just
each other. They're quite near each other.
Let's just. Oh shoot! Because now I'm up in the air. Because I was gonna just try to jump down on them.
You can try and jump on one of them.
Yeah.
You're gonna do that? Okay, so
Yeah,
you
let's
just
go
you
ahead.
rush and you jump and you leap, swinging your maul and trying to hit one of them. So give me an attack roll.
12.
At 12, you let's see if how mirror image. So you slam with your maul at one of them, and it just dissipates and disappears. Now there's 3 of them. All right, who's up next in the initiative? I think it's either the rogue or who else we got?
I rolled a nat 1.
Oh,
I'm like very
so we have Noam, I think, here, right? Noam, you're with us?
I believe that would be me.
Yes.
Is the wall like circular, or can we go around it? We have to climb.
I'm gonna say
the other side.
you can probably go around it, but if you do, you won't be able to reach her. You might be able to attack her from range.
Does my whip reach them?
No, it won't. Whip is a bit farther than your average weapon. You could try throw something at there, or maybe you have a bow as well. You can do that.
I think what I'll try and do is like circle around, and maybe not get closer right now, but get to the other side of the room, the far side, kind of flank them.
Alright, so you want to spend your entire turn just going as much as you can into the room, surrounding her, hopefully to gain a good vantage point on the next turn. Is that right?
Exactly.
So you do exactly that, and you run past several arcane devices to just glow with power. And you see this entire place, this entire sanctum, tons of books, and an orb floating in the middle, just behind her. You also, Skag, you also saw it, and actually all of you saw it when you entered. This floating orb, just 3 feet above the ground, just behind her. But you surround her, and that's your turn. Niffer, you are the rogue now. What are you gonna do?
Oh, it's finally me. I'm behind the wall too, right? I would need to climb up.
Yep, either climb up or actually, because you're a rogue, technically, you could move and dash as a bonus action, and you could reach her if you want to without climbing.
I want to reach her then.
All right, so you run around the wall, you grab it, and just spin around, sending yourself flying straight at her. There's 3 of her. So how you gonna attack her? What are you gonna do?
I will try to hit one of them.
All right, so you just try to stab one of them. Give me an attack roll.
No.
No.
I got another dice.
Oh boy.
Okay, so I have this D20 spinner that I've been using. It's a really nice fidget, but it's rolling ones for me a lot. So we're gonna switch to real dice.
All right, so you do miss her, however, and you're not sure if it's really her or the illusory images of her, but they move out of your way, and you're just in front of her, next to her. All right, now it's the top of the round, and we are having some lair actions. That's gonna be fun. Let's see what we're gonna do. Okay, so one of the arcane devices that's rests on the table will send an ray of force just slamming into, I'm gonna say, the barbarian. So this is an attack to hit, and that's a 19 to hit, and that will hit. So you take another point of damage. I remind you that you are already damaged from before. So this is, I believe, a Skag, if I remember correctly, you took 4 hits before. I think. So I'm gonna say that you are raging, and you have 1 more left. You are very injured, and you are going to fall if anything else hits you. Okay, that's the lair action. Now, Bjartni, you get to act.
Alright. I'm gonna yell out, "Grab her!" as I cast Enlarge on the barbarian.
Okay, you cast Enlarge on the barbarian, and Skag, you just feel yourself grow, and the maul also grows with you. You become this large, Hulk-like creature, full of anger, rage, and strength. You're still hurt, but you have so much power right now. This is your turn, and now it's her turn. So she has two of you in front of her. She does not like it at all. So, let's see what she's gonna do. Alright, she is going to cast. You're too close to her, she can't do that. You guys, that's smart. She's gonna cast Fly. And she begins to hover above the ground. I'm gonna say that because both of the barbarian and the rogue, because you're right next to her, as she flies above, you both can attack her. You get an attack of opportunity as she leaves you. So each
I
of
was
you.
gonna ask if I can't pull like the Hulk from the Avengers and just like grab her and pull her back down.
You know, I would let you do that, but you see that there are a few images of her flying above. You're not quite certain which one to catch. So I'm gonna let you try and do that.
16 to see if I could grab her, if that gives him an advantage at all.
How much did you
Or
roll?
To attack her. 16.
16. Yeah, let's see if it hits her or the illusion. This one actually hits her. So you injure her. And for a moment,
I grab her and I'm like, that one, get that one.
So, okay, I'm not sure. I'm not certain if you can grab with an attack of opportunity, but what the heck? You grab her, and in that moment, you also know, Skag, which one is it, for just an instant.
All right, well, let's just see what happens and grab a hold of her then, and or slam my maul down onto her. Actually,
You want to slam them
she's
all.
already onto.
You do notice that the rogue got her, but only momentarily. By injuring her with a knife and kind of marking which one is the real one. You can't both attack and grapple, but you do know for that moment you won't be affected by that spell. So you can choose to attack her or grab her. You won't inflict damage if you grab her.
All right, then if the rogue hit her, then I'll just grab a hold of her.
Okay, so give me this. This wouldn't be an attack. This would be an athletics check, and because you're enlarged, you have advantage in those.
Thank the heavens.
She rolled a natural 1.
Wow. Okay. That was the highest roll was an 8.
But she did roll a natural 1, so you grab her. You just grab her leg as she tries to fly away. She's not pleased at all. All right, these are attack opportunities. So that was her turn. She can't get away. That ends her turn. And after her, I believe is was it Skag or the Ranger? I'm not sure which one of you now acts.
I rolled an 8.
So it's supposed to be him.
Yep.
It's me.
Yep.
Okay. Bring her down to the ground. So I know in Dungeons and Dragons that grappling and throwing doesn't really affect or do anything. But I was gonna try to bring her down with enough force to actually slam her off of the concrete.
Yeah, you can do that. Make an attack roll. That would definitely damage her. Yeah, easily. Since you already have the right one, you see the images floating around her, but you already hold her and you just slam her like the Hulk with the puny god into the ground, and there is a loud crunch and you can hear the breaking of bones. She looks rough at that moment. What else? Okay, that is your turn.
Do it.
Yeah. So, who else now? Now we have Noam, right? The ranger.
Yeah. Does the magical device that shoots force beams on the table looks like it's about to go off again?
No, actually, it looks like it's going. It will need a moment to recharge. But there are other magical devices all around the place.
Ooh-wee. And does something looks like it's about to go off? Like,
There's a glowing
just a little too fast?
there's a glowing glyph on the wall. That kind of looks like it's
Glowing
flaring.
glyph on the wall. Which side of the room is it on?
It's actually, since you've crossed to the other end of the room, it's fairly close to you.
All right. So can I grab like the chair or the something off the table and cover the glyph?
You wanna cover the glyph? Okay, you can easily do that. Yeah.
So that if something bad happens, it'll blow up the chair and not us.
Right. You aren't certain if something is gonna fire from it. It might not. If something will fire from it, you are pretty certain that you will block it with your chair. So that's good.
Alright.
That's going to be your turn. And you just raise the chair. Oh, please, please.
Wanna do
this is... and now
So
that
they're
they
bashing the wizard on the floor, I hold the chair to the wall and say, "Guys, I got it."
now we have the rogue. You see the barbarian just slamming the wizard onto the floor next to you. What would you like to do?
I mean, I would like to very hesitantly edge towards them and just try and get a stab in between all of the smashing.
All right, give me an attack roll.
Okay. Oh, nope. There we go. 9. That's
Nine.
not gonna help.
I'm gonna say
but I have a friend. I have a friend next to them. And
Right.
I'm a rogue.
so.
Do I get sneak attack? Do
You
I get advantage?
you get sneak attack. Sneak attack would deal more damage if it hits, but we don't use that mechanic. So I'm
Ah.
gonna say yeah. I'm gonna say yeah. In this instance,
Haha!
because we're doing rules light thing, you do get advantage on the attack.
I have a different dice, but I still rolled a 1. I'm a terrible rogue.
Oh, buddy. So you just jump onto it, and I'm gonna say that she raises her hand, and an arcane ward just protects her and blocks your knife. So that is your turn,
Alright.
and we're going back to the lair actions. And you see, Noam, that glyph is flaring brightly, but nothing launches off it. Instead, it flares brightly and then turns off, and you see that same glow now enveloping the wizard, as it seems like a shielding element protects her for this round. Bjatni, it's your turn.
So let me get this straight. She shielded herself, right?
There's some sort of a shield that protects her, yes.
In that case, I'm gonna try and can I shoot magic missiles at it to make it disappear?
Yeah, you
Just to
could.
get it down.
All right, you shoot magic missile at it, and it just evaporates the shield.
Yeah.
All right, you got it easily enough. You can see on her face that she looks a bit more confident when the shield goes up, and then it shatters, and with it her confidence just disappears. She panics at that moment. And yeah, and now it's her turn. And I'm gonna roll something, and I'm gonna roll to see if she can hold her composure at that moment. She rolled a 4, so she is going to say, "Please, I surrender. Just, I'll go with you. Don't kill me." That's her turn.
Seems legit. I trust that totally. Let's do it.
Yeah, barbarian wants to do what barbarian wants to do and knock her out with his fist.
All right, so make an attack roll. You just punch her.
13.
13 will do. You punch her. She's still conscious, but barely. She did, however, take that as a sign of you not backing out, so she is going to use her held action. And let's see what she's gonna do. She's going to try and banish you that's holding her. So I will roll for this one. You know what? You roll for this one. Roll a d20 for me.
All right. 10 average.
10. You're a barbarian, you're not very good at those checks, and you see your barbarian friend just disappears. She is now free from his grasp, and you see her twisting images just floating about in the room. She is defending herself with everything she's got. Now I believe it is it's Skag. You don't have a turn right now because you are banished. But she's concentrating on that. So now it's Noam's turn.
Oh, what's her name again?
Lonore.
Lenore. All right. Am I correct to assume that the large circle, the large red circle at the upper left corner, is a brazier of some kind?
It
Or is
appears
it
to
like
have.
a magical orb.
It appears the fire. It appears like there's simply a fire floating in the air. Like actual real fire. It looks very hot.
And it's just floating in the air. There's not something at the middle that's holding it, something below, above.
It appears that there's some magical glowing glyphs that cause this fire to just stay there.
All right.
You are not. I'd say that you do not know magic enough to know what this is.
All right, but I do know magic enough to know that when you throw things to the fire, they burn.
That's true.
So I'm gonna grab the thing that looks the most valuable on the table, like a magic thingy.
There are plenty of those.
So I'm gonna grab something that's flashy and nice, and I'm gonna yell out, "Hey, Lenore!" and throw the thing into the ball of fire.
All right, you just destroy this intricate arcane device with flowing pipes and magic glowing glyphs and everything. You just grab it with your whip and toss it towards the flame, and it goes.
Oh, what, Lenore? Did you need that?
I hate you. So she looks angry. You managed to get her angry right now. Okay. So that is your turn. Now we go back to the rogue.
I'm gonna take a minute to just die of laughter because that was hilarious. And then I'm gonna try and stab her while she's distracted.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you have advantage on that.
Okay.
Even though you don't have an ally, she is so angry. She's staring away.
Good. Phew. I rolled an 11.
And
These
11,
dice are not working for me.
I'm gonna say 11 is enough to hit her. She doesn't have super high armor class.
Yay.
Oh, but she
Yeah,
does.
she's a wizard.
She does have some. She does have 2 remaining clones of herself.
Aw.
So let's see if you hit her or the clone. You hit her, and that would be enough
Hooray!
to to actually kill her. So,
Oh boy.
how would you like to kill Lonore?
Yeah, I think it's probably the hey nerd, and she just whips her head around, and I take advantage of the turn back and just completely stab her in the back.
Stab her in the back, classic rogue. You stab her in the back, and the knife goes through her chest, and she screams, and you see that blood splatters outwards, and she just starts to cough and die in front of you. And I'm gonna say,
And the barbarian comes back, right?
and the barbarian immediately
Phew.
reappears. And I'm gonna say that for the sake of brevity, because it's super late, and yeah, I've had a lot of fun. You guys grab the orb. You, after researching it, Bjartni, you realize that it is some sort of a device that controls this entire demiplane. And after playing with it just a bit, you manage to open a doorway that can lead you out of it. And you grab Lonore's body and you take her with you to get your reward and continue on your adventuring life as the party. And that's it for this completely improvised and a lot longer than expected session. Thank you for joining me, you guys. This was a lot of fun.
Everybody that came out from chat. This was very cool to have community members in our dungeon.
Yeah. It's so nice to have everyone here. So thanks for joining me. This was tons of fun. This adventure, it has a lot more complexity to it that I didn't want to do here right on stream because we don't have 4 hours. But it has the entire stat blocks for each creature, every magic item. The orb is called the Orb of Reality. It has an entire block for it, which actually gives you, the party right now, a moving manor that you can carry with you anywhere you want. So you don't have to worry about carrying your stuff anymore.
Does it come with the grandma built in?
Yeah. I mean,
Yes, party grandma.
Yeah, we got grandma now.
She won't notice that we're not the people that were her kid before.
nah, no, never.
Nope.
No way.
Thanks for the game.
Thank you for joining
so
me.
much.
And we'll close this stream for tonight. So everyone in the chat, thank you for joining us. I've had a blast. We'll see you again soon. We'll probably do something similar in the future. I'm going to do more streams from now on. Probably not this long because it's a bit much, but more streams in the future. And thanks everyone for joining, and I'll see you all beyond the screen. Bye!